Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit with Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do a collective Oracle and Affirmations for today, Sunday, May 11th, 2025. You may follow me on the Talk, the Tube, the Lemonade, the Blue Sky Social, the Pinterest, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Link for Linktree will always be in the description box, you guys. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, some of it might fit, it all might fit. It doesn't matter, it's affirmations. We've got the Price of Love Oracle Crystal Banner. We got one on the table. Four on the table. Five on the table. Hold on. Two more shuffles. One last shuffle. I'm going to set this over here on the windowsill. We've got six with bottom of the deck. We've got sparks, boundaries, detachment, confusion, solitude, and then bottom of the deck, deja vu. So you, whoever you are, like many of us, might have felt a connection to someone, a spark. You had to set up boundaries. You had to detach from this person. And it's funny because I want to say that when you did this, when you set up your boundaries and you detached from whoever this person is, it confused them. There might have been some confusion for you, like, okay, if I do this, are we going to get back together? If I do this, is it really over? But I think more so for them. It was confusing for them. Because this would be someone that doesn't really understand, like, boundaries. What are boundaries? I think you went into solitude. You went into hermit mode. And I think this is deja vu for somebody. I think somebody constantly or repeatedly, however you want to phrase that, has sparks with people, and then something happens and they have to say, you know what? I'm no longer interested. Boundaries. And that happens. When you have boundaries, that will happen. Let's just be honest. Pardon me. Phlegmy. When you have boundaries, more often than not, you're going to connect to people and then realize that ain't a connection. Like, that ain't that ain't a true connection for whatever reason. It could be their personality. It could be anything. This goes for men and women, guys. It's very hard to make an honest, true connection when you have boundaries. And the same goes for the other person, right? What if both of you have boundaries? What if both of you are healing people? And you meet and you're like, "Ooh, sparks." And then you start talking and like neither one of you wants to give on your boundaries. I mean, and you shouldn't have to give on your boundaries. That's the thing. Either you understand each other or you don't. To me, that's not confusing. But then again, I'm healing, right? Like I get it. I understand. And it's funny because I've always been that person to see both sides. And that is very much a Gemini thing, is to be able to see it from the other person's perspective. This has nothing to do with like a sexual relationship, but if you follow me, you know I had that incident with the work friend in November where I told her off and I said, I just don't want to be friends with you anymore. Fuck off. And months down the road, like literally like 2-3 months down the road, I actually had to have interaction with her again. And now it's more consistent. But it was funny because I think I've told you guys before that the one day I went to ask her, she wanted me to take her delay sheet up to the front desk. And she's like, "No, Kim, we're no longer friends." And then she said something like, "We don't talk, remember?" She was right. I put up that boundary. I said, "We're not friends. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to have anything to do with you." Now, could I have made it clearer? Like, I don't want to talk to you on a personal level, but work is fine. Yes, I could have made that clear. I don't think it would have mattered with her. She was offended all around either way. And 6 months later is still holding on to that anger, which, that's her thing. I can't say anything about that. But when she said that to me in that moment, "We're no longer friends. We don't talk anymore," I realized, you know what? She's right. Like, I set that boundary. She's honoring that boundary. She's just honoring that boundary. And it only makes sense for me to stick to that boundary for her own sake, right? Because you don't want to jerk people around. So I don't talk to her. If she has to come and relieve me for break, if I have to come and relieve her for break, I literally just say, "Break time." And that's it. Like, I don't talk to her. I don't say anything else. I don't offer to do anything for her. I leave it at that. And she was right. I was making it confusing for her. You see what I'm saying? But I'm the one that set that boundary, and then I didn't realize, I didn't think about it. And when I went home that day and I thought about it, I was like, you know what? She's right. Like, I set the boundary. And then, it just, to her, I'm sure it looked like I was jerking her around. And I don't want to do that because I don't want to be friends. And I don't want to talk to her on a personal level. So if she wants to bring that into the workplace, then fine. I won't talk to her about work either. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. But she made me see it from her perspective, and I realized she was right in that instance. And that is healing and growth. Whether I agree with it or not, it is what it is. And being able to see it from both sides, yeah. I really hope she gets over it. That's a horrible thing to say it like that, but I really, like, we weren't even really that great of friends, you guys. Like, we really weren't. I just didn't want to have anything to do with her whatsoever on any personal level, and that's why I said what I said. But I really hope she gets okay, if that makes sense. Because I feel fine around her. I don't feel out of place. I don't feel upset or anything like that. And after that interaction and I thought about what she said and I realized, what I was doing, I was like, "Oh, okay, like I'm going to change I'm going to check myself and I'm going to change what I'm doing for her sake." And I hope that that kind of helps her heal from it, if that makes sense. All right. I'm going to leave this like that after my little story. I hope it resonated for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you found it entertaining. I'll talk to you guys later.